Hello everyone, Joe Vitale, American Retirement Advisors with the Gradient Investments weekly talking points for the week ending November 26, 2021. We didn't have a commentary last week. As you know, it was a short week with Thanksgiving. We hope all of you and your family had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday and got to enjoy time with the family. And so very blessed and thankful to have all of you. So let's get into the news, which is not that great, but let's get into it. So for the full week, the S&P 500 dropped 2.18%, the NASDAQ declined 3.52%, and the Russell 2000 was down 4.13%. Now, we understand this a little bit too because, we've had a lot of increases. We're going to have little ups and downs. We're going to have some volatility. Overseas, the emerging markets fell 3.71%, and the developed markets dropped 3.61%, which is the EFA. So let's talk about value. Outperformed growth stocks in the U.S. as energy and staples were the leaders. Consumer discretionary and communication services were the laggards. In fixed income, the bond prices rose and interest rates fell, with the benchmark 10-year Treasury ending the week at 1.48%, which was down 6 basis points. Now, the new COVID variant has some investors expecting the Federal Reserve to hold off raising interest rates. We'll kind of see. I know they're doing a little tapering, so we'll see how that goes. Commodities, the price of West Texas crude oil dropped 10.26% for the week to $68.15 per barrel following news of the COVID variant on Friday. But prices had been holding up following a decision by the U.S. administration to release up to 50 million barrels of strategic reserve in a bid to push down gas prices. This release was determined to be insufficient to offset rising demand up until Thursday. You have to remember, 50 million barrels is only 2.5 days of fuel consumption in the country. So it's kind of like a little Band-Aid, if you will. That's not going to help anything at all. But that's what everybody's saying. It's not really helping. That's why you're seeing all that. All eyes are now on the December 2nd meeting of OPEC, which is forecasting a glut of oil in the first half of the next year. The hard thing is now we got to go to OPEC and beg that they're going to, and you know what? That's not going to happen. So let's talk about economic data. Business investment, as measured by new orders for non-defense capital goods, excluding aircraft, rose 0.6% in October compared to the previous month. Now, this has been a part of a solid trend in rising business interest this year and indicates that productivity is on the upswing during the extended periods of labor shortages. Let's get into some company news. Mercado Libre, which is a G33 holding, issued $1 million new shares, generating $1.55 billion. Now, proceeds are earmarked for general corporate purposes. That, in addition to a general sell-off in growth stocks, caused the shares to go down 10% for the week. Sprout Social, which is a G33 holding, dropped 13.89% last week on weakness for growth stocks, particularly small caps and software. And Travel and Leisure, which is a G50 Core Select and a contrarian holding, declined 8.96% because many nations, including the U.S., are imposing some level of travel restrictions, and it has investors concerned. We're going to see that. We've seen a lot of growth. Everybody keeps saying, Joe, I can't believe the market's going up all it did this year. Well, everything's been opening up still, right, from all the shutdowns. Once we get the labor back in the workforce going, and once we get things opening up. But every time there's every little swing, everybody's thinking of shutting down and everything else. We understand it's real. We understand it's out there. We understand we have to be careful. But just general people getting out there, you're going to see the market react every little way now. So, this is why we're all long-term investors. Even in retirement, we've got to make sure we have our safe money, we have our growth money, we have our income money. It's proper allocation, and we're going to be able to weather any storm that comes up. God willing, right? So that's it for the week. Thank you for being part of the ARA family. If you want to contact us, please give us a call at 855-756-5700 or visit us at aradvisorsinc.com. Also, share this with your friends and coworkers and any questions you'd love to have them. So God bless you, and we'll see you again at the next video.